All right, Mike on. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Tracking some thunderstorms. Loud, bright, and wet is how we started the day, and it was a rude start to the day by Mother Nature with some very heavy rainfall across the area. We're still tracking very heavy rain. Areas that had heavy rain at 5 o'clock in the morning are getting heavy rain again right now. And there are some locations that have already picked up more than 3 inches of rainfall this morning. I know if you're not one of those locations, you don't think I know what I'm talking about. I get it. The whole rainfall distribution thing going on this month is not equally fair for all. And it's hard when somebody has very little rain at their house to convince them that other areas have had over a half a foot. So yeah, it gets tough like that. But some areas are getting pummeled this morning with rainfall. It stretches from Jackson County, and let me pull whoops, I did the wrong button. I'm so sorry, everybody. There it is. There's the fade. So all the way from northeast Alabama, now filling in New Market and up towards Hazel Green, some rainfall in your vicinity. And then that extends heavy rain all the way back through like Chapman Mountain, through Owens Crossroads, down in South Huntsville. And then it breaks up a bit, and then you see another little cell near Moulton in Lawrence County. These are not severe storms. They're just a lot of lightning and some really heavy rain, and they're probably pretty loud too. Loud, bright, and wet is what I go with. And none of those are criteria for severe storms, so they're not severe warned, but they're still packing a punch. I was tracking the rainfall earlier this morning, and I was looking at the parkway at one point, and it was pretty wet. I mean, you could see the cars going by, and a lot of spray and definitely ponding on the roads this morning. And that's probably the case happening right now on 72. That drive from Scottsboro to Huntsville right now, or Huntsville to Scottsboro, whichever way you want to go, is probably a really two hands on the wheel, white knuckle kind of drive with some heavy rainfall. And I'm sure coming down on 431, the same thing as well. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for hooking me up. Tatiana in the house and making sure I don't make mistakes. So the rainfall itself is drifting southwest to northeast, and I'll show you a radar that shows it moving. I'm just showing you where the rain is for now. And, again, some areas get real heavy rainfall with these storms, and other areas get nothing. Yesterday at my house, it poured again, and I have a weather gauge where I can keep track of the rainfall at my house. How accurate is it? It's pretty accurate. I mean, I think it's in the ballpark for sure. And I'm actually up in over 7, after the rain falling this morning, I'm probably up in over 7 inches of rain at my house. This month, at my house, 7 inches of rain. It just rains every day. It's the most ridiculous thing. Every time I go out in the patio to have a cigar, it rains. And I don't have a cover. Parkway, Huntsville, there it is. You can see some rain coming down, but not like the roads were earlier. It was really, really heavy rain with a lot of ponding too. So let me put this in motion for you. And you can see everything kind of flaring up over the Tennessee Valley. Like, you don't have to go outside of this look right here to see any rain. There's no other rain anywhere else. It's just like right on top of us right now. And again, some areas getting some real heavy rain this morning. Other areas, not so much. Them are the breaks in the summertime and how it works, for sure. Hi, Vacation Valley. Good to see you on. And Roberta Smart is on. Good to see you on as well. Hope all is going good here on this early Saturday morning to you all. Hi, Brenda. Good morning, Jeff. Is it going to be this way all day? Yeah, Brenda, I do think that there's going to be scattered showers and storms most of the day. It's not just a morning thing. There's going to be an afternoon thing, too. There might be a little break in between, but, yeah, I think through about early evening we'll run the chance for severe thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms, not severe storms. I don't think there's a severe threat today. I think tomorrow the storms could be a little bit stronger and have some gustier winds, but so far the only cell that actually had a special weather statement on it was up in Jackson County for 40-mile-an-hour winds. I imagine that thunderstorm just south Huntsville right now could have some winds about 30, 35, but the threat for thunderstorms will continue into the afternoon for sure. I mentioned out here this morning, probably not the best pool day, but you could be one of those locations where you just miss out on the rain again today and you're getting out one drop and you think we're crazy, but every single day since pretty much mid-June, every shift I've worked, I've tracked some kind of rainfall. Whether it hit your town or not, I've tracked some kind of rainfall on the radar every shift I've had. And today will be no different because I'm also working tonight. So I will be tracking the showers and thunderstorms right into the afternoon and right into the evening as well. Let me see what I did for radars. I don't even know what I did. Let me see if I can go forward. So that's the radar. Let me zoom in. Boop. That's the rainfall right now. I got a still image, mostly Jackson County, almost all of Jackson County, really. Maybe down towards Henniker, kind of missing out. But now moving into like Dutton, some lightning. And that extends back all the way through Woodville, Pleasant Groves, and then right down the Parkway. Even a little bit in the way of some heavy rain now, east Hazel Green, if you are east of the Parkway. And that extends over into northeast Madison County. And then down towards Woodville, again, Chapman Mountain, some very heavy rainfall. That's a tough drive on 72 right now. A lot of lightning with that. I imagine there'll be some winds 35, 40 miles an hour. And even back towards Athens, if you look closely, there's a little shower and thunderstorm trying to develop right in and around the center of Athens right now. So there's some rain. It's all popping right now, and continue to track it here this morning. There's a little bit closer look there. Some real heavy rain south Huntsville this morning and Lacey Spring, down towards Valormoso Springs and Somerville, some pockets of heavy rain this morning. And that extends now south. Look at Arab getting into a little lightning action there right on 231. So I see that little heavy rainmaker near Athens. I see you, little heavy rainmaker. That's everything just popping. This is like this boundary that's just hanging out across the area, and all these showers and thunderstorms just fire up along them. Another area of heavier rainfall in Lawrence County. South of Hatton, south of Moulton right now. Phil Campbell, that's mainly east of you, but Russellville has a downpour on the southwest side of town, and Red Bay getting into some heavy rain, and that's starting to move into portions of Colbert County, southwest Colbert County. The Shoals, some areas in the Shoals have had over 6 inches of rainfall, including at the airport in northwest Alabama Regional for the month, and right now not so much in the way of rain, but give it time, there'll be a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms for you too today. So. Hi, Cheryl. What about tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow has a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well, Cheryl. And mainly in the afternoon, some of the storms will be gusty winds and heavy rainfall. So you have both days this weekend. We'll have a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Zelma, good morning, Jeff. I'm on Grant Mountain. Good for you. I love Grant Mountain. I love when you're on, Zelma. Have rain and thunder. I hope you have a great, blessed day. I will, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. And there's your forecast for this afternoon. And you can rinse and repeat this and run it back again tomorrow for those of you asking me about Sunday. Yep, some scattered showers and storms. So hour by hour, we'll track the scattered showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon. The 9 a.m. forecast model run actually has a terrible grasp of what's happening because the radar is much fuller than that. But this is the general southwest to northeast movement that we'll see through the afternoon. And some of that rainfall will be heavy at times. By the time we get to 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, most of the rain is out of here, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Same on Monday. And then by Tuesday is a transition day to stop talking about rainfall forever, whoever and whatever has it, to more of just a hot pattern for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with temperatures in the mid to probably some upper 90s, and the feel-like temperatures will be way over 100, probably 105 to 108. So if it's not the rain, it's the heat, and that's summer for you. That's the way it works. Mary Lewis, what about Grant? You'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms most likely today. You probably have a few near you right now. I'll put the radar back up in just a moment. Doesn't look severe or anything, but certainly some heavy rainfall possible throughout the day. Christopher, will it make it hotter than normal? No, actually, Christopher, actually the storms itself I'm actually going to cool the air today with more clouds and more showers and storms in the forecast. We'll actually keep the high temperature below 90, feel like temperature around 100. Still hot, especially if you don't have a storm, but not as hot as it was the last 2 days because we had more sunshine the last 2 days. I went to the Pandas game last night. It was Tennessee Titans night at the Trash Pandas game. And it was really cool. The rainfall like parted perfectly when the game started, and we got the game, and it was fine. Fireworks show. And there was an awesome rainbow at the game. I tried to put a picture of it. I didn't do justice, though, because it was starting to fade by the time I took the picture. But the rainfall yesterday timed out well for the Trash Pandas. But it was nice that I got a little break in the evening, but short-lived with more rain here now. So I'm going to put it back on the radar if you guys are okay with that. I think the 10-day is pretty self-explanatory. And I'm going to go back to the radar. Just bear with me, everybody. That's the problem with like not having the weather system in here, which would make more sense. But there we go. And I'll pull this up so you can look at it. Again, I don't have it in motion. It's just generally moving southwest to northeast with the bullseye of the heavy rain now in New Market and then south into Huntsville. Now east of Huntsville, really, it's more towards like east of Chapman Mountain. So if you live in Aspel or if you live in Woodville or Brownsboro or areas like in Gurley, some really heavy rain for you. And a lot of lightning with these storms too. But the lightning strike ticker has actually dropped. It was as high as, I think as high as 91 I had this morning when I was on air at 5 to 6. And just, oh, by the way, we had a condensed morning show because of golf this morning. So we were not on from 6 to 7, just to let everybody know that. Our night shows will be normal. Our night newscast will be just normal. Vacation Valerie saying hi. Debbie says, softball tournament in Madison, will it rain today? It will rain today. Yes, Debbie. And the more of a concern for the softball is even if you don't have a storm in Madison parked over your head, which I simply just cannot tell you if that's going to happen exactly when you're playing, but there'll be a chance for thunderstorms. But even if the storm's not over Madison and it's a couple miles away, there's going to be a lot of lightning, and you probably don't want to have players on the field when you have a storm in the vicinity of Madison as well. It doesn't have to be a direct smack job there with some heavy rainfall, but if you have a storm, say for instance in Athens, and the lightning is somewhat close by, you probably don't want to have the players on the field. But that's just me. That would be my call. But no, I cannot say for certain if you're going to have a storm, but I can tell you that there'll be numerous opportunities for scattered showers and thunderstorms, not just this morning, which is already happening, but again this afternoon. And it's something where you just have to kind of keep an eye on it. 48 Weather app does that for you. And all you got to do is watch it, and you can see where they're coming and where they're going. Vacation Valerie saying hi. Angela, good morning to you. Hope all is well. I haven't talked to you in a while. Good to see you on. The hostess with the mostest saying good hi to everybody, which is fantastic. Hi, Tamara. Good morning from Florence. Good to see you on. Hope all is well. Happy Saturday to you. No rain for you right now, but you have a chance later this afternoon. For sure. Mike Gentle, how you doing, my friend? Good morning. Coffee. You know what? I've had so much coffee this morning that I left my coffee mug in the other room. I should have brought it. Cheers to you, my friend. Hope all is well, Mike. How you doing on rainfall in your area? Did you get decent rain yesterday? I think most areas got rain yesterday. I try not to look at the radar on my days off. I try not to. But my house, I was getting pummeled with rain, so I didn't have a choice. But it looked like most areas had decent rain, though. But then I came in this morning, and there were some people who said they didn't. So, Sade, how much lightning can be expected in Huntsville by Alabama A&M? We're at a track meet. There's going to be a lot of lightning with the storms, very much so. It's happening already this morning, and it's going to continue to happen this afternoon. So even if you don't have lightning, like that storm like in A&M right now, everything's kind of moved off to the east now at this point. There's still lightning close enough right now where I wouldn't be out there on the track. So that's a big concern this afternoon for those of you who have a track meet. If you're trying to play golf, any outdoor activity across the Tennessee Valley today that we get to the afternoon, much like yesterday, the storms are all going to produce some kind of dangerous lightning. Every storm you get will have lightning, dangerous lightning, cloud to ground lightning. And even if the storm is not above your head, you most likely will have some lightning that could be dangerously close. And I'll say this again with lightning. It seems like every storm that we've had since like early May, there's been some kind of lightning strike, whether it's a tree falling on a house, tree on car, house caught on fire. And early this morning, and we'll have more on it coming up throughout the morning hours, Tatiana's going to write something up about it, but there was a fire in South Huntsville on Bob Wallace at one of the restaurants there. And that was about the time when we had a lot of lightning strikes in the Bob Wallace area this morning on air between 5 and 6. Did the lightning spark the fire? I don't know that yet. I'm not an investigator there, but it's a coinky-dink, right? A lot of lightning, big storms, fire reported right afterwards. And a lot of times with storms so far since May, I feel like every time we have a storm, there's some kind of lightning strike causing some kind of damage. It's terrible. Mary Lewis says, thank you because I have a birthday party today and it's a water slide. Ugh. I wish you the very best, Mary Lewis, to get that in, but the chance for rain today is a pretty good solid chance for some storms. And unfortunately, anytime you have some rainfall, it's going to have a lot of lightning with it with these storms. Nothing really widespread severe, but just because lightning and thunder and heavy rain don't hit the severe criteria and spark severe thunderstorm warnings, they still can cause a real tough go. I was talking to some of the people who work at Toyota Field last night, and they said they were driving in from the Parkway. They were coming down from Hazel Green, and she was telling me, she's like, I had both hands on the wheel, and it was slow, Jeff. And she's like, it was bad. It was bad, but it wasn't severe. And that's the thing I always tell people, don't get so crossed up about whether or not we have severe thunderstorm warnings or not. You can still have a big impact with rain and lightning, and the thunder can be loud and scare you, right? And certainly if you have a dog at home where the thunder freaks them out, that's a long afternoon for you. I know, I can relate. Zelma says hi to everybody. Monique is in the house. Good morning from Decatur. Monique, thank you for stopping by this morning. Happy other weather extra. Good to see you on. Hi, Glenda from Hatton. I was just talking about Hatton, tracking the rain. Let me pull it back up again. Some rain just south of you in Hatton right now. But the cluster of really heavy rainfall confined to East Huntsville up towards New Market and over to Scottsboro. And yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. It's not really moving like fast. It's like a slow drip right now. So anybody who's having heavy rainfall, wherever you see that heavy rain falling in Scottsboro through Huntsville up towards New Market, it's pouring for a while now. And some of those areas where it's raining heavy have already had heavy rain this morning. This is the second round, everybody. This isn't even the first round. There was a round at 5 o'clock. Many of you were waking up to some loud thunder and coming on my page and they're like, what's going on? And some of you were in Athens and woken up by the thunder, and it wasn't even near you. But that's, thunder travels, sound, lightning. You can see it so vividly when it's dark outside. And I had all the cameras tracking those storms. They were mainly at the time south of Decatur and Huntsville, and it was a light show. There was a lot of lightning with it. Hi, Tamara. Good morning to you. I hope all is well. And Carol is on. Good morning from Hanceville. Right now, Hanceville, you're pretty much dry. You're just watching all this stuff to the north right now. And that's where it's pretty much staying for now. The boundary is mainly on a line from about Hamilton to Moulton, to Decatur, to Huntsville, to High Top, and your showers and thunderstorms will ride right along that boundary most of the day. I still think far northwest Alabama will still get a little taste of rainfall, and even like in the Albertville area and down towards Boaz, Sardis City, you might be a little bit too far south for the cluster of storms, but keep them in the forecast for everybody. That boundary can weeble wobble a little bit too, does it all the time. Vacation Valerie. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Ricky Davis. Good morning, 48. We are in Louisiana from Bama, and we listen to you. Ricky, I think that's fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Louisiana. I went to college in Louisiana. I'm a big fan of Louisiana. I love Louisiana, actually. But for those of you who don't know, Vacation Valerie, what I call her is Valerie Kirby Carey, and she will say hi to everybody because she's the hostess with the mostest, and she's wicked cool. So feel free to say hi back to her. Vacation Valerie is pretty awesome. So let me just answer this text really quick. Sure. That is somebody asking me about golf. Jeff, what do you think? Yep, on speed dial. Jeff, what do you think? Can I go play golf around noon today? I said, you could. Just be very careful and watch the radar. He's playing in Huntsville. So I truly have people asking me on my phone the questions. Cynthia says, no rain in Madison near Seegers Road. Nope, you're not in the rainfall. I can see that on the radar right here. In fact, almost all of 565 now, except for the very eastern part of Huntsville, is actually raining. As I mentioned moments ago, some areas getting a lot of rain, other areas do not have a drop. And because I can read the radar, I can see that Madison is dry right now. But thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Mike Gentle, we didn't have any rain in Madison, so it was a good pool cement pond afternoon and evening. Oh, yesterday. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. I was at Toyota Field. It was perfect. It was probably one of the best nights for baseball that I've been at all year long. There was like a breeze. We had all the outflow winds coming from all the storms around it. And yeah, it turned out to be pretty awesome at the game last night. So, and if you want rain, this is what I always say. I keep saying this on Weather Extras. If you want rain, I hope you get it. If you don't want rain today, I hope it misses you. There you go. That's all I can do. The rainfall totals for this month are like, some areas just absolute soaking rainfall. And then other areas where people are like, I can't even get a drop. I can't buy one. I was like, well, maybe what we could do, if we could run a funnel from my house to your house, I will share my rainfall with you. Because I've literally had over 7 inches of rain at my house. Every downpour hits my house. My gardens are loving it. It's been really awesome. Let me just see. All right. Go play golf, my friend. Go play golf. All right, where did I leave off? Shannon. I see you, Shannon. Good to see you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Shannon? No. I hate when the comments reset. No. I missed out. So, Shannon, I see you. Good morning. Mary says, pouring down, thundering here in Newmarket. It sure is. Put the radar back up. Thank you, Mary, for the update. There's the heavy rainfall. Newmarket, south, east Huntsville. No, like south of Newmarket, east Huntsville, into Gurley, some really heavy rain. And again, that's not really moving. And then you got another area in Lawrence County, and just a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, nothing severe, just a lot of rain, Vacation Valley says good morning to Cynthia. And is it Sasha? I can't see the writing. I'm blind. Been raining all morning in Woodville, and the thunder and lightning is ridiculous. Yep, big thunderstorm. Loud, bright, and wet for sure. And a lot of rain. Woodville, Pleasant Groves, just one storm after another so far this morning. Jane says, raining big in Athens. Yes, that's that. One little drop of rain. See it in there? And let me see if I can zoom in. I don't have access to the radar this far out, so I have to do this. Just bear with me, everybody. So there it is. See that one little band of rain right by the S in Athens? If you're on the northwest side of Athens, you don't have much. But if you're on the southeast side of Athens, it is raining pretty heavy. And that rain extends up to Hazel Green and Newmarket. We just talked about that. And then that big cluster of rain that cuts right through Woodville down towards just about Grant, Lacey's Spring getting some heavy rain. And that's now starting to stretch into almost all of Jackson County. In fact, Long Island and Bryant starting to get into some heavy rainfall just north of Higdon probably. A few scattered showers near Henniger, but not the heavy stuff that you see there all the way back to Woodville. Most of the rain is now moving out of Huntsville. You can see that there a little bit better. And then you pick up that one little band of heavy rain that just developed right before our very eyes, just to the south and southeast of Athens, probably near Huntsville Browns Ferry Road, right near the Buc-ee's, probably getting some heavy rain. And that was with a B, everybody. Vacation. Teresa, good morning from Florence. Good to see you on. Margaret, storms hanging over lake towards Scottsboro section and South Saudi. Yep, there's some rain out towards you in Scottsboro for sure, down Scottsboro Highway, getting some rain. Thank you, Margaret, for the update. I appreciate it. D, what's on? You're home now. I hope vacation was good, my friend. Hope vacation was good. I'm going to also want to zoom in over it on the west side, too. Starting to see some heavier rain moving into Franklin County, north of Red Bay. Vina Hodges, probably just a little bit north of you, but some heavier rain and some thunder and lightning to south of Moulton. That's moving through Lawrence County. Even Colbert County now getting into some rainfall as well. So zoom back. There's your heavy rain in Athens, and then the big cluster of heavy rainfall right there. That's where most of the rain is falling right now. It's moving southwest to northeast. I don't have it moving in motion, and I apologize, but It's moving southwest to northeast. So whatever rain is falling in Scottsboro is going right up 72. Whatever rain's falling in Athens should move into Madison County and cross over the Limestone County shortly. And then some heavier rainfall. Again, everything's moving right now away from Huntsville, but moving into Jackson County. Tamara says, oh, thank you. I'm going to put a heart to that. I love that you put that nice comment, and I thank you so much. Jennifer, 6 minutes ago, will this be heading to Knoxville? My daughter's going to drive out there later this morning. Yeah, I think areas in all of Tennessee have a chance for heavy rain today. This is going to be almost all of the southeast has a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms today. All of Alabama, all of Tennessee, all of Georgia, most of Louisiana. You know, high pressure to the east, weakening tropical system that was down in the Gulf, never got named, by the way, but still has heavy rain potential, adding to the moisture in the atmosphere. And you can wring it out like a sponge across almost all 5 states today. Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. I think that's 5. So, yep, definitely going to have some heavy rain, Jennifer. Dee Dee saying hi to Vacation Valley, which I think is so sweet. Good for that. Hi, Rhonda. That's a scary red blob over Scottsboro right there. How long will that last? It'll continue probably, this round will continue for probably another hour. And then there'll be more this afternoon. It's just rain, though. It shouldn't be too scary. It's very loud and bright, though. But a lot of rain for sure. No severe weather with it, though. But still, dangerous lightning, pouring rain, heavy at times. It's drifting southwest to northeast. Courtney, what are the predictions for the harvest area from 10 to 1? We have a class reunion. I think there's going to be some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the harvest area between 10 and 1, but you actually may catch the luckiest break ever, is that this round of rain that you see here now, Courtney, moves off to the north and east, and if you could time it absolutely perfectly, you may catch the break between the next round that comes in this afternoon. It's going to be tight. But if you're going to do something in harvest from 10 to 1, that might be the opportunity where you could actually not have to deal with any rain before it comes back this afternoon. Like right now in harvest, there's been some rain earlier this morning, but not much. That little strip of rain near Athens may catch up with you here shortly, but you know, it is incredibly difficult to pinpoint exactly where these storms are going to be throughout the day. But overall, big picture is the models do back off on some of the rain late morning and around the noontime hour for most of the valley, and then it picks it right back up again. But if that lull doesn't play out and it still has decent coverage, there'll be some rainfall opportunities for the harvest area even during that time. But that's the best I got for you. But just remember, what really stinks is when you get one of these storms and you have outdoor plans, it pours. And it has tons of lightning to go along with it too. But you might catch it. You might be able to thread the needle. Ever thread the needle in football? Double coverage and you still hit the receiver between 2 people? That's kind of what you're going to try to do in harvest day. You're going to try to thread the needle between the storms this morning and the storms this afternoon. And that 10 to 1 opportunity might be the best opportunity for the day. So we'll see how it goes. But I hope that answer helps. Alicia, what about around 3 p.m.? Storms in the afternoon. Yes, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for today. Julie says, hey, southwest of Decatur has been up for a few hours and didn't hear much of anything, just some light rain. Hey, southwest of Decatur been up for a few hours? Yeah, you had a few showers and storms this morning back at like 5 o'clock south of you, but you don't have anything right now. And some areas have rain, other areas not so much. Though actually when I look right now, look what's happening in Decatur right now. I see a few little showers near the Beltline, just south of the Beltline, near Basham, I think is the little area that I visited yesterday when I was on my way to Hartselle. And there's some showers out towards Speak and stuff. So yeah, if you don't have any rain yet, Julie, you probably have a chance again this afternoon throughout the day, really. Let's just say throughout the day. It makes it just easier. Vacation Valley. Hi, Tegan. Good to see you. I hope all's well. Always good to see you, Tegan. My cats are very mad at me, Vacation Valley. So she kicked them out of the bedroom, that's why. Margot, it's coming down in Grant. Good morning, Jeff. Margot, thank you. I appreciate the update. Some rain in the Grant area. You can see that on the radar too. Kind of the southern fringe of the rainfall in the Grant area right now. I'll zoom out again. I'm just going to bounce back and forth rare. Just so you know, everybody, everything's moving generally southwest to northeast, okay? In fact, I'll show you this. Oops. Jeffrey, Michael, go backwards. I'm going to go back real quick. So this is the general movement of everything. And you can see it's literally like this cluster of rainfall right over the Tennessee Valley. It's crazy. Just so I can keep an eye on it all morning. Thank you. Julie says hi, which is good. There you go. Julie says fabulous. Denise, good morning. Jeff, it's an in-bed coffee morning. Yeah, kind of like a sleepy, rainy one, right? For some of you. Now those don't have rain, I know, but if you have rain, it's a sleepy morning. Jane says, Gunnersville this afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast all day long through early evening for all locations. The potential's there for heavy rainfall. I will say this in the Gunnersville area, though. You might be a little south of the boundary. It's going to be close. But I would keep it in the forecast, and I would keep an eye out for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, like they're doing right now, producing some very heavy rainfall with some dangerous lightning, and they'll be very loud, and they'll be loud, bright, and wet. Danny says, how is Jasper looking? Birmingham area, probably scattered showers and thunderstorms, I would imagine, as well. Yeah. I kind of try to focus on the Tennessee Valley, but I would assume in Jasper, the boundary is going to be a bit north of you, and you may catch a bit of a break in terms of rainfall today. But I keep a scattered shower or thunderstorm in my back pocket for the afternoon, but you could squeeze out maybe a little bit more in the way of drier hours in areas north of you. I hope that helps. I know where Jasper is. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. Got my Alabama geography. Done. I drive all over the place, that's why. All right, I think I caught up to everybody. And Danny, anytime you ask me a question about the weather and you call me sir, you know I'm going to answer the best of my ability, right? I think that's pretty awesome. I feel like a sir. I'm getting older. All right, I'm going to backtrack. I've been kind of trying to zoom in on where everything's going on. So there's everything moving. Notice right now, Jasper, you just asked me about it, Danny, and there's nothing south of you. That boundary is mainly to the north. And if you are in Coleman County, or if you are in Gunnersville, or if you are in Albertville, and this boundary continues to lift and drift a little bit north, you know, it would really take away some of the scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon for you. But I still think you got to keep them in the forecast for everybody. Oh my goodness. Come on, radar. Go backwards. This thing is not wanting to play well with me. The radar is too far away. There we go. So there's a big picture again. I'll zoom this out. I got to wrap this up in just a little bit, but you can see where the scattered showers and thunderstorms continue. The lightning strikes are up to about 40. They were as high as 91, so that tells me that the storms are actually weakening a bit, but still very loud, still very bright though. And let me see here, everybody. Answering somebody about golf again. Everybody wants to play golf this morning. Like, it's a really big thing. All right. And I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. What's this last one? Lauren says, we have an indoor event from 10 to 11:30 in Owens Crossroads. Will it be safe for us to go? If it's indoors, yes, you'll be very safe. You might hit some heavy rain on the way there, but it will be safe, yes. Just some heavy rain, lightning, thunder, severe weather, no damaging winds, no tornadoes, nothing like that. So, and if your event's indoors, it's even safer because you don't have to worry about the lightning, which is great. So you should be good to go. I think that should cover just about everything. This is the most typical summer pattern. Like, you just have these, like, you heat things up, and then you have a little thunder and a little lightning, you pop some heavy rainfall. Some areas get soaked, other areas miss out. Summer convection at its finest. Hard to pinpoint, like, exact times for you. Like, it's just tricky. But I can tell you that everybody has a chance for some scattered showers and storms, where the boundaries set up are so important in the afternoon. It's a lot of what we call nowcasting, which seems lame, but like, it's really just watching the radar all day, which I'll be doing when I leave here. And if anything gets a little dicey or crazy, I'll come back in a little early and keep updates coming. But I mean, it's just a lot of rain, whoever gets it. And some areas get more rain than others, and it just gets to the point where it's a big impact on some of the roadways and trying to drive around. And other areas are just like, what rain did they talk about? They said it was going to rain all day and I haven't had any drops. That's the way it works. But certainly scattered showers and storms staying in the forecast, though, for this afternoon. I think today probably, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say today would have more coverage than tomorrow, but I still think tomorrow will have decent coverage too. I think the percent we have on the 10 day is a little lower, but. Vacation Valley says, I walked outside in Hazel Green. It's a really pleasant feeling. Yeah, I mean, it's to each their own, Vacation Valley. I mean, the dew points are off the charts right now, but it's really, really humid based on the dew point temperatures. But I came into work and the temperatures were in the upper 70s, and for areas that have had storms, they haven't moved. So we're staying upper 70s. Dew points that are in the mid 70s. Kind of gross, icky, sticky wise. But maybe because there was a little breeze and the rain cooled air, maybe it just doesn't quite feel as warm. I felt like when I went outside and went out to my truck a little while ago, I didn't think it felt that bad outside. And I came back in, checked the dew points, and I was like, it's supposed to feel bad though. It's kind of weird. But if you don't have a storm or haven't had any rain like you see on the radar this morning, I'm sure it's kind of gross outside. Shoals in Florence, last I checked, it was already 83 degrees. Everybody else is in the 70s. So that's because they haven't had any rain yet. So I didn't think it felt that bad either when I went outside earlier, though. Kind of weird. The numbers tell you grossness, but the actual feel like outside wasn't so bad. Lauren says, thank you. You're very welcome, Lauren. I try to answer all the questions I see on here. As long as the questions are really cool and legit, I try to answer as quickly back as I can. And if you go ahead and you update me on your weather in your backyard, I will update it to everybody else too. That's how I got some of the rainfall totals this morning. There's a couple of weather watchers we have that are really awesome. And one of them, two of them this morning were actually in southeastern Huntsville by Green Mountain. I think they're almost like neighbors and they don't know it. But couple updates where there was like over 2.5 inches of rainfall this morning. So more heavy rain possible throughout the day. And that's a soaking rain happening in Scottsboro right now, especially north side of Scottsboro. Drifting up 72 now, and then now filling in East New Market, northeast Madison County into northwest Jackson County, even crossing the state line into Franklin County. That is some really heavy rain. And then you pick it up back again in Athens. You know, it's not like you're done. There's still more happening out towards Athens, and you can see some showers developing near Decatur. So if you don't have a raindrop on you at your particular location based on the radar, they can blossom quickly, building off the outflow boundaries of the other storms. And you could go look at your radar at 9:05 and be nothing, and then at 9:10 be like, oh my goodness, it's pouring. That happens a lot. So let me see here. Thank you, Jeff. Vacation Valerie. I was expecting sticky. It was nice. Not for long enough, though. Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad outside. I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. It's still, based on the dew points, it's still icky sticky. But, I mean, yesterday it was like, 95 degrees and icky sticky. That was gross. It's not that warm yet. So. Oh, one last thing before I go. 9 o'clock. I had a young lady who was emailing me about 20 times back and forth yesterday. And, oh my gosh. Let me see if I can pull this up. So my phone may get some updates. I have people asking me about golf today. So if you have the app, okay, you see the app? I'm going to put it right there so you can see it. That's the radar, right? It says past and future in the bottom right. Okay, I get that from the 3 little dots above it. So if you click the 3 little dots and you go to the precipitation here on the far left, that will bring your radar to now. I have so many people write me emails and their radar is showing them the future. If your little radar down here in the bottom right doesn't say past or future and says just future, it's showing you the future radar and it will never match up to the current. So I had somebody yesterday writing me and they're like, it doesn't show the rain on the radar the way it's supposed to. You gotta change it to have past and future. This way you get a little bit of before and then you can play it up to the now, stop it, and then you can play the future. And it will actually change, the texture of the colors will change because it's telling you it's in future mode, not in radar mode. And just an FYI, I'm sure explaining this on here is not gonna help people fix it, but I even offered to drive to the area this person lives in to help with setting it. But unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I'm hoping so. It's about an hour drive, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go. I am working tonight and I'm working tomorrow morning. So you, by the time you get to noon tomorrow, you're gonna be like, get that kid off air. I don't even wanna see him anymore. And then I think Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis is here Sunday night. And Jada, now our 4th weather team member, will be making an appearance on Sunday night at 10 o'clock. Brad will be here with her, though. And I think he's covering the early shifts. And then she's going to ride it solo at 10 o'clock. So if you haven't met Jada already, she's a pure joy, and she's wonderful. And she will be making her debut officially, I think 10 o'clock on Sunday night. I'm careful saying all this because I think that was the plan before I started taking my days off. So, but yeah, look for that because she's really cool and she'll bring a big smile to your face because she has fun with the weather and she's got an electric personality. And I think everyone, you're going to really enjoy getting to know Jada. She's pretty cool. So we're very happy to have her here at 48 and very happy to have the 4th member of our weather team. So it'll be fantastic. All right, I gotta go. Everybody have a fantastic day. Keep an eye on the radar if you have those outdoor plans. If anything breaks and gets a little wild this afternoon, I'll come back in a little early and I'll keep updates coming to social media. And Tatiana's here all day, so I can always pop on the weather extra here and just keep updates coming if I have to, but hopefully that won't be the case. Everybody have a fantastic day.